I wasn't ready. Fuck.
Alright.
I was getting in the mindset to be like, what's up, people? I was gonna say fuckers, but I'm like, that's too harsh.
Yeah.
Welcome into episode...
We like our listeners.
Welcome into episode, I don't fucking know what number it is, because I don't count. Mike is in charge of labeling things.
8.
This is episode 8?
It's episode 8.
I'm pretty sure last episode you said episode 6.
It's 7. I looked in the file I have on my computer, which we use to do the recording. And
is that what this is?
This is episode 8.
Oh. This is what a computer is? Have I not known what computers look like?
It's possible.
I'm just joking. I know what computers look like. I'm not that much of an idiot. I am an idiot, but irrelevant. This is AJ and Mike coming at you for another episode of the Incredible Freedom Beef Podcast. And quick disclaimer, if you don't like our podcast, I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you like our podcast, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed this clusterfuck that's about to happen. Because
it's we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants right now, so...
Not even kind of. We're 100% flying by the seat of our fucking pants, and
yeah, we're gonna try and be a little bit more organized from now on, as far as knowing what we're gonna talk about beforehand.
As in, we're gonna try. As in, we're not gonna do. We're just gonna pretend like we're gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna say.
You all right there?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Of the giggles?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now.
What made you giggle? Were you thinking leprechauns taking a shit in the woods?
I am now. Pooping Lucky Charms.
That's disgusting. They poop gold coins. You fucking creep.
The chocolate gold coins?
Yes. Ah, fuck.
That's...
Oh, shit. Where do we start? Let's talk about good music.
Okay.
I like music.
Yep, I do too. There's some shit music out there.
Obviously, I mean...
We're looking at you, mumble rappers.
And, most of the mainstream music, honestly. Just a dumpster fire.
Yeah. I tried to listen to the Carter 5 this last weekend.
Is that Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
He came out with new music?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's came out with the Carter 5. Last Thursday.
I think the problem with that is, like, we haven't heard anything from him for so long.
I know.
That, like, you just expect it to be really fucking good.
And, yeah, it was kind of,
Yeah, it was hit or miss.
Well, because, like the Carter 4, when we were in high school, that shit was awesome.
Yeah, I have it on my phone still.
I do too. But, like...
I have the hard copy somewhere.
Again, me too. But, like, just
right over there, that
being...
green basket. It's got the stuffed reindeer on it.
Yeah.
Yep, in that basket.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, just... Because we kind of fell out of rap for a while there.
Yeah, I mean, we got back into a little bit, but,
right.
like...
But, like, compared to...
Compared to high school.
Yeah.
High school me with my flat bill backwards. Oh, good
Your
Lord.
flat bill backwards, your long hair.
My Ninja Turtle, like cartoons, T-shirts, dude, no joke. You remember that? Like I wear that Ninja Turtle shirt, and then I wear like a SpongeBob shirt, and like the neon Bert and Ernie shirt.
Yes,
those are dope shirts.
Oh my god. You using dope a lot more than you do now.
No, I never said dope back then. Did I?
Yes.
I don't fucking remember.
You used it a lot more than you do now.
To be fair, I say dope pretty often now.
You do, but
I didn't realize that I said it a lot back then. I'm kind of saddened now.
If I remember right, I might not, but if I remember right, you did.
Back then, what a fucking world I lived in.
You know, playfully making fun of your stepbrother for liking anime.
Yeah, no.
In Japanese.
And then I turn around and I am 23 and I like anime. Fuck.
You know, I'm 24, you're 23, and we're both weebs. No.
That's a step over the line.
Yeah, that's probably exaggerating a bit.
Let's walk that back.
Yeah, well, that's exaggerating, but you get what I mean.
No joke. I wore like clothes that were a size too big, so because I wore medium in everything, but I was wearing larges in everything.
Right.
And so, like, now when people buy me shirts and stuff, they'll buy me a large because that's what I used to wear, and that's what when people would buy me stuff. And so, like, I'm like, no, that don't fit. I wear medium. And, like, people get me large hoodies, and I'm like...
I gotta write that down.
I'm like, bro, I ain't that fat. You trying to say something? I will say this, back in high school, I wore bigger shoes than I do now, so I don't know if American sizes has changed or what. But
I don't think so.
I think it has, because I had a pair of shoes when we were in high school that was a size 12. They were Reeboks. I remember them. They were Reeboks.
Yeah, they were giant on you.
No, they fit perfectly. I'm not even kidding.
They looked like clown shoes on you. Honestly,
they fit fucking perfectly. But now,
and then of course there was the time that you tried to paint your hair like Mayhem Miller.
Yeah, there was that.
Yeah.
Orange glittery shit I put in my hair.
Yes, that rubbed off on the inside of your football helmet.
Oh god, what the fuck was wrong with me?
Well, that was when Bully Beatdown was huge.
Oh yeah,
and before
that was a good show. Though.
And before we realized that Mayhem Miller was a fucking psycho.
Well, we kind of knew he was a psycho, but not like at the level that we found out about.
Right. Well, we thought he was a psycho as far as like, hey, I'm crazy, Steve-O psycho.
Yeah, like I enjoyed beating up random strangers for money.
Yeah, that.
No, like it was like you doing it as a bit.
Right.
I didn't realize that he was a straight up fucking homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
Now homicidal's a little step over, but I mean in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Back then, we thought Oscar Piscatorius was a really great story. And
oh my god, yeah.
Dear Lord.
Which we still don't even know if he actually meant to shoot his girlfriend or not.
Dude, is that trial over yet?
I don't know. Like, because I knew he went to jail for a couple of years, and then they restarted the trial.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if it's going on currently. I don't think anybody cares anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's like, very true.
Because it was a huge story when it came out. You know, dude with no legs accidentally blows a hole in his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or fiance or wife or whatever.
First guy to run in the Olympics without legs.
Right.
Like, it was a huge story.
It's a very inspirational story.
It is, and then he decides to, do something stupid.
Right.
But, I mean, Michael Phelps was inspiring until he did a bong hit with a cat net or something.
Yeah, but okay. Like,
that's true.
Like, he didn't do it before he swam.
I mean, no.
Like, it was like in, like, one of the off years of the Olympics.
Honestly,
there was no world championships that year. There were no...
Fast forward, if that happened today, no one would say shit about it.
No one cares.
No one would fucking care.
No one cares now.
That's true.
Like, people cared for, like, 6 months. People cared for 6 months. He went to China, won, like, 12 gold medals.
I thought it was 8.
Whatever.
Yeah, he won a fuckload.
A shit ton.
Yeah.
And
then drown a small.
And then people stopped caring. Like,
that's true.
Michael Phelps is and probably will be forever the greatest American Olympian ever. For the foreseeable future.
Jesse Owens. For what Jesse Owens did.
For what Jesse Owens did, yes. But as far as medal count,
it's Phelps.
Yeah.
Jesse Owens.
As far as medal count and domination.
True.
Of the sport.
For time.
Yeah.
Like, the dude is like, I would put him and Usain Bolt as I think honestly, if we're talking about the greatest athletes of our generation that we've watched, like since being able to really cognitively remember stuff, it's Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps. I have to put LeBron James in there.
Yeah, as much as we don't like LeBron James, he is a hell of an athlete.
Yeah, but you put those 3 guys as...
You can pretty much put any elite basketball player in that.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, a young Dwayne Wade.
Like you transcend your sport in true athleticism. Like, in my opinion...
You change the way the sport is played.
Right. In my opinion, I think Usain Bolt is the most influential athlete.
Well, he's the one everybody knows.
of our generation.
Of our generation.
Worldwide, I think he's the most influential athlete. I think you put Cristiano Ronaldo in that conversation.
Him and Messi.
Messi's more like younger because Messi's like.
Well, Lionel Messi. No, they're about the same age.
Are they really the same age? I've only.
I think Messi might be a little bit older.
I didn't hear about Messi until about 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, but he's been pretty popular.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I don't know.
He's always been popular. He's always been one of the better in the game. Better players. I don't know. I don't.
What position does he play in soccer?
I'm guessing like forward.
He plays right middle. Dumbass.
Okay.
I fucking have no idea if that's right or not.
I'm guessing it's forward. I think him and Ronaldo play the same
Look it up.
position.
What? Hold on. What position does Messi? I'll spell that right. Not eBay position, you fucking dumbass. What
MESSI.
position does Messi play? The second fucking thing. I didn't even Google it. It was like
you are technically Googling it, but
he plays forward. You right?
That was a guess, dude. He could have played center for all I know.
Is hold on, let me find out. Hold on. Ronaldo. He also plays forward. Okay. What positions are in soccer? Images. Let me see. Okay. There's forward, striker, winger, attacking midfield, center midfield, defensive midfield, wingback, sweeper, center back, fullback, goalkeeper.
Good God.
That is not what I thought.
There are way too many people on that field.
There's 11. It's like our football.
Yeah.
Except our football's actually entertaining.
Our football. So it's 11 people on the field at the same time?
Yeah.
Or is it 11 people per team?
It's 11 people per team.
Oh, so it's 22 people on that field at the same time.
Yeah, but that field's fucking huge. It's bigger than a football field.
Well, I think it's like 100 yards across.
It's 100 yards long, but it's wider. It's like 70-something yards. I think it's 70 yards wide.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then football fields are 100 yards long, 50 yards across, if I remember right.
What?
Football fields.
54 yards across.
They're 54 yards?
Yep.
Okay.
17 from the hash sideline is 17 yards.
And then hash to hash.
Wait, hold on.
It's 50. I always thought it was 50 yards. Just straight 50 across.
No, it's 17 from sideline to hash, 20 yards from hash to hash, and then 17 from hash to sideline. That's 54.
Yeah.
That's in high school.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm right, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
So much Googling today.
Dude, I've been on Google so fucking much recently. How wide is a football field? It's 53 yards.
Oh.
Sorry. It's 53 yards and 4 inches. You guys can eat my balls. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Football field dimensions in post goal size. It's goal post, you stupid bitches. It's 53 1/3 yards. They're 120 yards long because 10 yards for the end zone. And then you fuck off. 53 and a half yards. 53 1/3 yards. Okay, that's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Moving on.
Interesting.
Moving on.
Okay, I'm literally not giving a shit.
You're still looking.
If you're curious,
Come on,
the crossbar is 10 feet high. The additional piece are 20 feet high, so the total height of a goalpost is 30 feet.
Uh-huh.
a high school goalpost is 23 feet and 4 inches wide, but in the NFL and NCAA, it's 18 feet 6 inches, so it's closer.
Well, you're supposed to develop your accuracy in college.
Honestly, I would not have guessed there's a 5-foot difference.
I wouldn't have either. I thought they were universal.
Me too, but apparently not.
Nope, apparently not. Anyway, what were we starting to talk about?
I don't fucking remember.
I think we were talking about music.
We talked about music, then got sidetracked into stupid shit.
Somehow we got talking about
influential
Yeah.
stuff, and who cares? Let's
I
talk
don't know.
about music then. Fine.
Okay.
We'll do it your way.
Well, I don't know. I didn't remember what we were talking about, so I wasn't I
I
wasn't sure where we were if we were going anywhere with that, or-
I can surmise this episode so far. So we started out saying something about music, and we talked about how nerdy I was in high school
Mhm.
with our rap thing, and then we jokingly said something about making fun of my stepbrother for watching anime now, and then you called us weebs, and then we were like, well, let's not go that far, and then we talked about most influential people.
somehow, like, I don't know.
I don't know how that came up.
I don't know where the segue between those two things were.
Because we talked about how Oscar Piscatorius was back then just a guy in an inspirational story, and then we
Yeah.
talked about the Olympics, and then we talked about how Michael Phelps did pot, and then we were talking about other influential athletes. And
Yeah,
then
there we go.
There were Ronaldo in there, and then we found out how soccer works, and then we were deciding how wide a soccer field is, and then we were like, well, how fucking wide's a football field? And I was like 54 feet, or 54 yards, and he was like, no,
54 feet. Yep.
it's actually 53 and a third feet yards. Fuck. Alright, I'm back. I literally could, like, a beautiful mind my conversations, and they would make no sense to
Oh,
nobody
jeez.
except me.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I gotta figure something else out.
Yeah.
So we were talking the other day. We were sending memes back and forth because that's
As bros do.
as
Just because we were looking through Facebook or iFunny or
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
and just
anytime
just-
something fun comes
just
up.
stuff, funny shit that, like,
If we, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. I enjoy a good meme, and the best part, in my opinion, is the fact that they're fucking random as shit. And when you get one,
but a lot of
No
them
matter
are true.
no matter where you are, you gotta look at it and just be like, "Fuck, that's good."
Yeah, I just sent you one earlier that said when you don't understand a word of the anime opening, but it's still hitting.
Dude, that's so true. Anime songs are dope, and I understand none of the words, and like the subtitles. Like if you
Well, there's a after this, there's actually somebody apparently who sings anime songs in English that like translates them. Apparently,
I bet it sounds different though.
a little bit, but it's still not bad. Like I
I bet it's good.
like we can look it up afterwards because I don't know if these microphones are gonna pick it up.
Whatever. Yeah, we'll definitely leave it afterwards. Like, but if you watch the lyrics as they're coming up on the screen, they make no fucking sense.
They make no sense in English just because the lyrics. Well, the subtitles are translating
Right.
the literal.
Yeah, you're translating exact verbiage.
Yeah, and they're not translating conjugation and.
Yeah. No, I agree. Because if you translated like an American poem into, I don't know, Swedish, for example,
Right.
it's going to come out. It's going to come out differently. It's not going to have that beautiful sound that you know in the native tongue that appears.
Right.
Which is
and that's what happens with the person I was telling you about that translates them into English. Is
Okay.
they actually conjugate and translate it properly so that it would make sense in English.
I was doing my reassuring that I'm listening.
Stop.
Oh, well, fuck you then. I won't do that anymore.
Because I know that's the condescending, reassuring thing.
Well, currently I have the fairy tale post-credits in Season 7 stuck in my head now, so...
I don't even remember what that one is, but
The worst part is...
I have the the opening stuck in my head.
I would skip the opening.
Just because that's always the best one.
No, because I want to get through episodes faster.
Well, that's true. But,
And then I always watch...
you have to watch the opening at least once.
Yeah, once they change the song, you listen to it the first time they change the song. And then after that, you're just like, I know what this is.
Unless it's like a pretty good song, and then you watch it a few more times, and then...
Not me. I was in the kick of I need to binge this as fast as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
I would, if anytime they changed the opening song, I would listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the post-credit song, you listen to it once.
I have the one from the Grand Magic Games, when the dragons show up.
Yeah, Jesus.
I have that one stuck in my
I don't
head.
fucking remember that song at all. But the worst part about having
Well,
songs...
it's hard to like remind ourselves because it's in fucking Japanese.
That's literally that's what I'm trying to say, man. Is like the worst fucking part of it is like when it's stuck in your head.
But you don't understand.
You know, you can hear the Japanese words, but the problem is you
know
cannot
exactly how it goes.
those motherfuckers at all without
So
sounding like a complete jackass.
Like you're trying. You can't. Yeah, you can. If you don't speak Japanese or Chinese, you can't try and like sing or something like in Japanese because you sound like you're making fun of the language.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because it's not something you practiced. It's not, you know.
No, I totally agree.
Like
it happens to me all the time.
I'm sure like if we liked anime as much as we do now in high school, we probably would have taken Japanese. Like,
oh, dude, I to this day regret not taking Japanese.
Yeah, I kind of wish I did.
I genuinely wish I would have given up on Spanish, mainly because of the bitches I met in that class that turned my life upside down.
Oh, God.
But that's irrelevant now.
That's a whole nother episode.
Dude, we could do a 3-part episode of my shattered dating life.
Up until now.
Up until now.
Yeah. Well, up until about
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
This is,
anyway. Back from the abyss we walk.
The abyss that is our collective mind.
Anytime that I'm thinking about like all of the relationships I've been in, it's literally like I'm standing in front of the Spartan pit and I'm just like halfway falling over, and someone's literally like, no, we're not doing this right now, not right now, later.
No, somebody's holding onto your shirt and you're kind of like peering over the side so you don't fall in.
Yeah, like it's literally like me leaning over and like spitting to see how deep it goes. Just like, all right.
Well, you hear, ah.
Oh, fuck. That's fucking funny. Do you think they ever filled it?
The Spartan baby pit?
I thought it wasn't a baby pit. I thought they just...
It was a cliff.
I'm talking like the
pit that
in the middle
Leonidas kicked the dude into?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think that was real? Did they really have that?
I don't...
There's only one way to find this out.
To Google!
My phone's gonna fucking die. 5% battery.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was real.
Spartan pit real. Not real. Okay. Does the pit of death and sort of the physical details of the movie are made up, but the original source is based on. Okay. We can edit that out. No, there was a deep chasm in the slopes of Mount Taygetus, where the Spartans are said to have left unwanted infants out to die.
That was the cliff that they...
But modern archaeologists have not found remains there.
Oh.
So it's not clear if that spot was wrongly identified or if the Spartans didn't practice infanticide as often as we thought.
Well, because from what the movie portrays, it was every time a kid was born.
Oh.
Or every time a child was born.
No, I got this. The location known as Kaiades, or Thrown Down, does have several skeletons of adult males there. So there's a place that there are people that get thrown in their adult life. So it's sort of true.
Yeah, but the impression that 300 gave us was that
they had a mountain of fucking dead babies.
Right, it was every time a child was born, they were examined. If anything was wrong with them, they were physically, mentally handicapped in any way, they were thrown off the cliff. Just because...
I'm making sure you know that I'm listening. And I genuinely am listening.
Okay. Shit, I lost my... Okay. Because the Spartans were a warrior race, and if you couldn't fight as a male, if you couldn't fight, there was no place for you in society.
That does fuck, I can't talk.
What was that?
That does beg the question, though. Did they do it to the female babies as well? Because the Spartan women were supposed to be powerful.
I think they did it to any baby.
That's fair.
Because Spartan women were just as badass, and they Spartans, realistically, if the movie is to be believed, had actually a pretty progressive, like nowadays, society of women had almost the same exact rights that men did. They weren't exact, but...
And there was a lot of bisexuality within the men.
Yeah, well, and there was a lot of wife sharing as well.
And husband sharing.
Yeah, between,
people, yeah.
Well, like, the scene where the senator has sex with Leonidas' wife, that stuff would have actually happened.
Yeah,
but it would have been consensual.
Consensual instead of the rape that occurred.
Yes, it would have been consensual because that's how Spartan society worked. Men were genetically, not genetically perfect, but they weren't. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I started rambling and I don't know.
Now you've lost me, and I'm moderately confused.
I'm just as confused as you are. I don't know where I was going with that.
Me either. All I know is we were talking about sharing wives, and moral of the story.
We're speaking historically on that.
Yeah. But I will say this: Spartans were progressive, and I will say this: the scene in that movie is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But how you're saying that it would have been more of a custom if it would obviously would have been consensual.
Yeah.
But
because after that movie came out, it was super popular, and the History Channel was doing the actual history documentaries on Greek and Spartan culture.
Man, I really miss when we actually had documentaries being made about actual historical things.
That's one of my favorite jokes from the show Gravity Falls. It was a Disney show for our listeners that don't know what it is, but they're watching the show and then it comes up with the channel name and it used to be about History Channel.
That's so true, though.
It is. It's probably one of the truest things they make a joke about. Is just
Discovery Channel used to be about, there used to be Animal Planet.
Discovery Channel's pretty good about sticking to...
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, well, more than...
Now they have, Neil deGrasse Tyson on there, though, which brings it back to actual science.
Yeah, well...
That used to be, your science.
Well, in the History Channel, I don't know if they even have history documentaries on it anymore.
I think it's all Pawn Stars.
It might as well be adult MTV.
No, I think it would be Redneck MTV. No, that's what Animal Planet has become.
Yeah, because Animal Planet has, The Incredible Dr. Poe.
And the Snake Hunter dude.
Yeah, Turtle Man?
Yeah, back when...
Oh my god, do you remember Turtle Man?
Yes. Back when we were kids, Animal Planet was Steve Irwin and the rest of it was literally
TV was badass when we were kids.
It was watching shit that
MTV was actual music. MTV and VH1 were actual music.
Well, MTV also played Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, and Cribs.
Cribs. MTV Cribs was dope.
Yeah. The celebrities in the houses that they couldn't actually afford, and they built just for the Cribs.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah.
That was fantastic show.
Bully Beatdown, I think, was on MTV.
Yep, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
That was a fun show.
VH1 used to have a really great like marathon of like countdowns. They would be like countdown like the 20 best one-hit wonders of the 80s or 20 best like songs of 2012 or something.
Yeah.
Obviously that recent like 1985 or some shit like that.
Right. They had the countdown lists.
Yeah, and they were like top 25 guilty pleasures,
Yeah, the songs that you
shit
don't
like that.
Yeah.
That like you listen to and you're like, fuck, I like this song, and then you're out in the car and then you're like, I cannot let anyone else know this song is on here.
I have to roll my windows up and turn it down to make sure that nobody outside my car can hear what I'm listening to in my
absolutely.
car.
That's how most dudes felt when Paramore and Evanescence were like really popular.
Paramore, Evanescence,
Avril Lavigne, like
there's a few Pink songs.
Yeah,
that are like
okay. Even like Maroon 5, like that was like a borderline.
When Maroon 5 originally came out,
I will say, it makes me wonder. It came on the radio the other day, and I fucking rocked out to that song. That was my favorite song growing up. I fucking rocked out to that song with my windows up and the music sort of quiet. I was driving downtown, and I'm not getting caught with that.
Yeah,
it's an incredible song. I enjoy it. Still remember all the lyrics. Did I ever tell you about the embarrassing thing I did when I was a child?
Yeah, it's in an episode where you printed off lyrics and
yeah, that was a thing that happened. Did you ever? I don't know if we've talked about this. Have you ever interviewed yourself?
No.
You've never interviewed yourself?
I don't think so.
When I was a kid, I
did fake commentary a lot, like on video games.
Oh.
I would turn down the.
You do like play-by-play?
Yeah, I would do play-by-play for myself.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I would do
mainly
that.
because the commentary on sports games is so bad.
Oh, my least favorite phrase started. It came out in like NCAA like 08 was. They set up shop at the 36-yard line.
Oh my god!
That phrase made
horrible.
Me pound my head on the fucking wall.
And then that transferred into Madden.
Oh Jesus! That was the worst. They're like, well, the offense will set up shop. I'm like, you're not setting. Your goal is to go forward, not stay here. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm just really pissed off about it. No, but I would do play-by-play on like if I was like watching people. I still do it sometimes now, but like. If I was sitting there and watching like my brothers like have like an exchange, I'd be like doing commentary during it. But like I used to like I had a pool table and I was really good at pool, and so I would play against myself because no one else wanted to play with me, and so I would play.
Because you were so good and they didn't want to lose.
Well, it wasn't that I was that good. It was the fact that I just really liked to play and I wanted to play all the time.
Right.
If it was nice outside, I was outside. But if it wasn't nice, I was at the pool table. But I would play right hand versus left hand. And that's how I can play both hands in pool. But afterwards, I would always interview myself about like how the game went, being like, "Well, AJ, how did you feel the game went for you today?" "Well, Tom, thanks for asking. I felt like I played a solid game, but I felt like I lost myself in the middle. But then I got it back at the end. I really found that groove. I was really able to when I made that cut on this 13 ball was just incredible. I'm really proud of it. And hats off to my competitor. He played a hell of a game.
You do the
coach speak kind of thing.
The coach speak interview that every athlete does, trying not to sound super cocky
as fuck. Yeah, and I was like 12 doing it.
Or when you would like hit the wrong button in like an NBA game in my career. You're trying to sound super humble. You hit the wrong button,
dude. No, it sounded so plausible. It sounded so nice. Where you're just like,
well, the little clip it gave.
They'd be like,
first, they'd be like a preview.
The chemistry I had with my teammates. It's like I had great chemistry with my teammates, but the fans, fuck them because they were being a bunch of assholes. I'm like, what? No, no.
Yeah, it's like, I had great chemistry with my teammates, even though they all fucking suck.
Even though they wouldn't pass me the ball when I was wide open on the left-hand wing, it's fine.
Right, the most humble thing that the preview could show would just turn out to be the worst thing. You're like, fuck, no!
You were just like...
It was so frustrating.
Because you were just like, alright, I'm going to fucking nail this presser. I'm just fucking up.
Well, right, because like NBA 2K12 was the worst about it because like you could like your fan popularity and team popularity depended on how
you
it actually mattered. Like how like the advertisements you could get, and
then
like how much
contract
and how much you actually got the, like when you called for the pass, how much they actually passed to you,
right?
And like I remember once, like I think I was pretty close to a shoe deal, and like I hit the wrong button and all of them went down. I'm like, fuck.
The worst part, there's like two options. They'd be like, I'm not getting the ball enough, and the other one was just like, it's a tough loss.
Right, I gotta play my part.
Yeah, one of them is
and they're both bad.
You're just like, this is not anything I would say at all. And then you're trying to play it like you, so you're just like trying to be like humble and honest about it, and then you start talking,
or you do
and then you're like,
you do the pre.
Fuck you, no.
You do the pre-draft interviews, and any team you didn't want to go to, you just hit the worst answer,
and then you still got drafted by them. We were just really,
oh my god,
we were just really impressed with his confidence.
And he'd
like, God damn it!
Anytime the Milwaukee Bucks interviewed you in 2K12, just because they were so bad, like just.
I did that with the Lakers. Anytime the Lakers interviewed me, because I fucking hate the Lakers.
Are you talking about 12 too?
Yeah.
I never got interviewed by the Lakers. That's never something that happened for me.
Mine was always
I was always like a shooting guard. So
I was either a point guard, a shooting guard, or a center, because
small forward and power forward suck.
Well, I always wanted to be a power forward because I wanted to be like Kevin Garnett. And so I'd make my guy 6'10" and, Kevin Garnett stats.
Yeah.
And then you never get the fucking ball. Your job was to rebound and then kind of do stuff on offense.
Your job was to rebound and score off that rebound?
Yep, that was literally...
Until you were good enough to call for the ball and actually get it?
Because that was before the mid-range was a thing.
Well, yeah, that was before, like, Anthony Davis came along, and he was taking the ball up court.
Yeah, you had Dirk, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. Those are your big power forwards. And only, like, Dirk and Kevin Garnett were taking shots at mid to late back range.
Yeah.
But everyone wanted...
Tim Duncan was at baseline or mid-range,
banking the ball on a baseline jumper, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
But he always made it. That was the thing.
He never missed.
It kissed the glass somehow and then would go in. I'm like, how the fuck did you bank that shot?
If you watch back, it barely hits the glass at all, but it perfectly rolls.
It's smooth as fuck. The great fundamental.
The big fundamental. There we go.
The big fundamental, the big ticket, which is what Kevin Garnett was called, and then Dirk.
He didn't really have a nickname.
That white boy over there.
In the NBA, yeah. I mean, well, think about it. Like, in the NBA, actually, like...
Yeah, I mean, he's been the most consistent white player of our generation.
Right.
Besides Steve Nash.
Well, I'm trying to say, yeah, like, how many good white players are there in the NBA? Like, well, think about
the glow stick, Brian Scalabrine.
Oh my god, the white Mamba,
the Billy Volek of basketball.
Have we ever talked about Billy Volek on this podcast?
No, but we can start right now.
Oh my god, he was the best.
Billy Volek, an incredible man, an incredible backup quarterback.
You would bench Steve McNair just to play Billy Volek a couple times?
Well, Steve McNair throws 2 interceptions in the first quarter because you made bad decisions. Billy Volek needs to come in.
Oh, you threw an interception on your first pass because you threw into triple coverage? Billy Volek.
You know, when you...
Steve McNair sucks.
You Hail Married on 1st and 10. And you threw to the one guy that was covered.
Oh, right. It's like... You would always pick Hail Mary, and for some reason the defense always knew it was a Hail Mary.
Yeah, you caught the opening kickoff, got tackled at the 5, and then decided as Steve McNair you were going to play action bootleg out the back of the end zone. And then you're like, benching that fucker.
It was just always so ridiculous, just because I mean, Billy Bullock was actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, he was. Like,
he wasn't starter good, but
he was like a 72 overall. But he was consistent as fuck.
Yeah, like he could get it there. Like you could throw bombs with him. Like
dear God, scrambling with that guy was the worst.
No,
he ran so motherfucking slow.
No, scrambling with Rich Gannon.
Oh God, yeah.
And like ESPN NFL 2K5, when 2K like one of the best football games ever.
He was running like he was holding a purse.
Well, that's the thing. Like the 2K games, you can never tuck it with the quarterback.
No,
you had that Michael Vick run where he's holding it out like this, like.
Like take it from me, I dare you. And then every time you got hit near the sideline, you fumbled out of bounds.
I know.
Every time.
Or you got tackled going into the end zone, it would roll out the back of the end zone.
Touchback.
Fuck. That's why I never played with a dual threat quarterback in ESPN 2K5 which again is one of the best football games ever. Like,
but back then, the only dual threat quarterback you had Donovan McNabb,
Michael Vick.
Yeah,
I never played with him just because I hated the fact that you couldn't tuck the ball.
Dude, the team to always go with in that game was the Seahawks.
Oh, the Seahawks were...
You just hand the ball off to Sean Alexander and you just stick your way down the fucking field.
I played with the St. Louis Rams a lot.
Was that with Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. Back when Torrey Holt was 100 overall.
Yeah, dude, Torrey Holt was good. And I don't
Brandon Maliuna.
You had David Archuleta.
Yeah.
Not David Archuleta, Adam Archuleta. David Archuleta is that fucking singer from American Idol.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I need to hit myself over the head with something big and dangerous.
Leonard Little.
You had Orlando Pace on that offensive line.
Yeah. Dude, I would give, like, the Rams, like, Orlando Pace and Jonathan Ogden.
Fuck.
Just so none of the defensive ends, like, I would play the Giants. Michael Strahan got nowhere near me.
I will say the Titans' defense in that game was actually pretty solid. You had Kyle Vanden Bosch, Albert Hainsworth, Keith Bullock.
Do you know how many 100-point games I scored in that game? In that, in the games that I would play.
Yeah, on rookie difficulty.
No, it was just on normal difficulty. I never changed the difficulty. You know how many 100-point games I scored?
None.
Like running like 7 touchdowns with Marshall Faulk.
None.
I scored like 6 in the season.
Nice.
It was ridiculous. It was just because if you had a good team, the AI was useless against them. Like if you played the Bills, just
I miss the NCAA.
If you ran the ball against the Bills, they couldn't do shit.
As soon as you got past the linebackers, you were gone.
Yeah,
but
Nate Clements and Lori Malloy.
Dude, I miss the NCAA. I think it was like 08, where you could pitch on any play, like down the field. Like, and you got dude, I pissed so many people off because I'd get an interception with like a linebacker and then just pitch it back to the safety.
You motherfucker! You did it to me all the time. It is so.
Were you there when I was playing against my stepbrother and hit that 97-yard touchdown on
That
him?
was me.
That was against you?
No.
Where I lateraled the ball?
I did that against your stepbrother. Against Eric.
Yeah.
And he stopped playing me after that. Because I was up 42-0 in the first quarter.
Dude, that was a legendary play.
It was ridiculous. Like,
about to get tackled at like the 10-yard line. Fucking pitches it, touchdown. Untouched. 90 yards. It was a beautiful play.
Because he got just more progressively more frustrated.
I will say that those kind of people piss me off. Like if I'm losing, and I've gotten my ass beat before, and I've never quit.
Well, you and I have both dominated each other in these games. Like,
oh, for sure. Even in like basketball, like one of us will dominate the other one. But I've never quit. The only time I quit was like if you were playing like the like My Story games.
Oh yeah.
I would quit just to make sure I kept like that perfect record.
Yeah.
While you were in, like, if you were doing the NCAA
Road to Glory,
yeah, you would quit if you were in the high school playoffs and you fucked up.
Yeah.
You just restart, be like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, because you could always go to the better school and you could always have a higher spot on the Death Star if you played all the way through.
Right.
The one thing I hated in the NCAA games was that your throwing power went down like halfway after like 4 games. Did you ever notice that?
Huh.
Like, if you were a quarterback, you could throw like 60 yards in the first game, and then like the 4th game, if you tried that, it would go like 20.
I noticed it in the high school when you went to college.
Yeah, but it would happen in high school too.
No, I didn't notice.
But I threw the ball deep a lot.
But in the original Road to Glory, you could increase your abilities through like, but you were also like majoring in something.
Yeah.
That
was always a weird thing,
dude. Always major in NCAA logos.
Logos and mascots.
It was logos and nicknames. Yep. It was the
easiest
greatest thing because like the tests were a fucking joke. And
I tried just because I was curious. I tried majoring in biology once.
Oh
my god, it was hard.
Jesus,
it was hard as fuck.
I think I did math once because I was feeling cocky. I'm like, I know math, and it was not math. It was fucking Spanish or something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was not math. Granted, I was very good at math.
Was it math in Spanish?
I don't know what the fuck it was. It was the square root of fucking in Latin. I don't know what the hell it was.
Translate this into Sanskrit.
Mm-hmm. Translate this into missionary position and go fuck yourself with it.
Right. You always chose the easiest major.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I challenge myself sometimes. I do like the like Division II nicknames or like
Well, yeah, because it always went up in difficulty a little bit.
It was like Power 5, and then there was like mid majors. I would always do mid majors because I enjoyed the test, like the who's UTEP, the minors.
Right. Well, it would always go up in difficulty as you went, like if you were
as you got
as a
further along in the
sophomore
semester.
it would. And then transferring your player over to Madden.
Yeah, that was the best.
Winning the Heisman, being the first overall pick.
Right, and then if you started from fucking scratch, the worst part in that game was like when you had to do the combine, like to try to run and shit. That was the biggest pain in the ass.
In the NCAA game. Yes,
like running the
40.
Oh god, it was so fucking hard.
I think I ran a 4.5 once.
Dude,
and my dad did it for me. I refused to do the 40.
I fucking started every goddamn time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I fucking started too early.
Well, and then like I would quit a drill. Like I would quit pass skeleton if I missed a pass. Like just because I wanted to get a touchdown every.
The thing that pissed me off most about pass skeleton was you couldn't control the receiver once he caught it.
Yeah,
and then his dumbass would run out of bounds. You just be like, but you could run forward.
He caught it at the 1 yard line, turned right,
then
made a sharp right. Yeah,
and you were just like, fucking bastards.
Or you'd throw to like a receiver that was covered, but he had like 2 steps on the D-back, and it demoted you for throwing into coverage. It's like fucking.
Or you throw a perfect curl route and it just hits him in the face. Incomplete ball. Like, that was not my fault. All right.
Right. It would demote you for the weirdest shit. Like,
threw the ball too early. What do you mean threw it too early?
He still caught the damn ball. It's still a touchdown.
Or the one I hated the most, where it told you which guy to throw to.
Oh,
and that guy was never open.
No,
ever.
He was always like triple covered.
And I'd throw to the other guy. Throw to the wrong receiver. Try again. No. Fuck you.
Well, that only usually happened in that pocket presence drill.
Yeah. Where the little like dummies would try to hit you. Those were.
Well, yeah, the tennis ball launchers.
Dude, that fucking drill, man.
That was such a pain in the ass.
Oh god.
Especially when they instituted that QB avoidance mechanic, and they wanted you to use it in that thing, and you'd hit the right stick, and it would go forward into the ball.
Or you would go fucking out of the little zone thing, and it'd be like, dink, docked points. You were just like, I did the thing you wanted me to do.
And then, of course, you could name players and get them all to 99 overall.
Dude, my favorite thing in the early Madden games was to create my own player, make him as tall as possible, make him as fat as possible, and put him at wide receiver.
Jared Lorenzen.
Put him
Jared Lorenzen, that shit.
99 overall, everything except injury. So he'd blow his knee out after one play, but he'd go 100 yards on that one play.
On a kickoff return, he'd take it from the very back of the end zone.
And he would run it like Michael Vick because he literally couldn't tuck it because he was so fat.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't read his number. Like, his arms were inside half of his stomach. Like, it was the funniest fucking shit ever. Like, cause you can make
and nowadays there are actual defensive linemen in the NFL like that.
Yeah.
Hashtag Danny Shelton.
That dude is huge.
He's like almost 400 pounds. That dude's ridiculously big.
I will say this: I would not like to get chased by that fucker. That's a fucking terrifying.
You could outrun him.
Like maybe. I run like a 5'5", man. I'm not fast.
I think you ran like a 5'6".
No, in high school I ran a 5'3". I ran a 5'3" in high school.
I did not.
In college,
I don't even know what I ran. I did not run even close to a 5'3".
I think I ran a 5'3".
I ran like a 6'3".
I don't know what I ran in college. I did not run very well in college.
Yeah, I ran like a 6'3".
Though I did find on the website from when I was still a player in college, I found my overall was a .7, so pretty good.
0.7?
Yeah, so like, I don't know, I think it's like on a 1 to something scale.
Oh, okay. Like a 1.0 to a
yeah
0.0 scale. Oh,
yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so feel pretty good about that. Once someone messaged me and says 0.7 is the baseline. If that's the case, lie to me.
Please lie to me.
If it's not the case and it's like on a 0 to 10 scale, you can just shove it up your ass. Again,
Because
lie to me.
0.7 would be
Horrible.
the worst player on the team.
You know, some people probably did think I was the worst player on the team.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Like,
Yeah.
I was probably the worst player on the team in high school. Honestly, like,
I don't know. There were some pretty fucking bad guys on our team. Yeah, him. No.
do you remember? We're not gonna say names.
When he got blown the hell up? Yeah.
By the player that went to LSU.
Yeah. I was.
Holy crap!
You forget, I was the scout team quarterback for that play.
Oh you were.
I handed that ball off.
You pitched that ball.
It was like a toss, and
he was in the backfield as soon as you let the ball go.
And he was dead. And then the trainer confiscated that man's helmet.
That's right.
To be fair, he didn't have a concussion at all.
No.
He was fine. He was back to practice the next day.
Mm-hmm.
The dude took a fucking hit, though.
To be fair, our trainers in high school were very good about keeping an eye on players.
Except
when they took big hits.
Except for when I had a concussion my junior year and I took myself out because I couldn't walk.
Or I had to take myself out when I got my concussion in high school.
I
had to take myself out of practice. If I didn't,
you could have been. Same here.
Just because the coaches weren't really paying attention. I was scout defensive end.
Yeah, nobody cares about scout.
Getting blown up by D1 players.
Yeah, no one cares about scout team. Even if you do awesome in scout team, like I always did.
Yeah,
doesn't bother me.
I think the closest I ever got to starting was like second string sophomore year.
I started sophomore year. Almost every game. Freshman year I started about half the games.
Well, I think I was second string because like the practice before the game, I read a screen and like almost got an interception off a screen.
Yeah, you had some good plays though. I will say that you did have some good plays.
I think I had one tackle in high school.
You were hands down the worst at blocking though.
Yeah.
You were a holding penalty waiting to happen.
I didn't know any of the plays!
You held like a motherfucker.
I didn't know any of the plays!
I knew all the plays, I just wasn't fast.
That's the problem. Our high school didn't hand out playbooks, so we were just expected to memorize all the plays.
Did you
like
know?
they would show it to us, and then that was it.
Right.
Like
you were supposed to just memorize it all.
Yeah, I couldn't memorize it, so I blocked the person in front of me.
Dude, 9 times out of 10 I ran the wrong route. Not even joke. I literally would just run a slant. Because, like, half the plays it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, because it looks like a crack block, so if it's a run play, you're just crack blocking anyway.
Right.
And then the off chance that it's a throw, which never happened. You know, you looked okay.
Yeah.
Where I was at, I was running a drag route. I was on the back side of that. No, you weren't. Yeah, I was. I swear. No, you really... You know what? It's fine. I got it. When I was in college...
You weren't supposed to run drag route, is what I'm saying.
I will say this, though. I did enjoy... I miss tackle football.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And it's really sad to watch, like, the younger generation shy away from football.
Yeah.
It's sad because it's a good sport.
Yeah. If you're taught it properly, you won't get hurt. Well, I shouldn't say you won't.
You will get...
Because there's always a chance.
Injuries are bound to happen in anything that you do. Like,
but if you're taught how to tackle properly in football and do things properly, the chance of getting hurt goes down.
Yeah, I mean...
We'll put it that way.
Like head injuries go down.
Yeah.
I'm talking, there's always the possibility
you can always...
a knee happens.
You can always cut and accidentally tear your ACL on like a non-contact injury.
A knee happens, an ankle happens, an elbow, a shoulder.
Right.
My shoulder blew out. I threw a cut block.
Right.
Literally, I blew my shoulder out on a cut block.
It happens. It's not...
It's just a freak thing that happens.
Yeah, most injuries in football are freak incidents.
In all sports, they're just freak injuries.
Well, yeah, but we're specifically...
I know, but I'm broadening it because, like, if you're afraid that your kid shouldn't play football because he's going to get hurt, well, in any sport that you put them in,
you can get a concussion in basketball.
Yeah, the concussions are actually...
You can accidentally get
prevalent in basketball.
You can accidentally get elbowed in the head going up for a rebound.
Anything. Even going up for a layup, you can take a fucking elbow.
Yeah.
But, you can break an ankle playing soccer. Like, volleyball, you can hurt yourself in ways...
Hurt your hand.
I don't know how...
I don't know. They use their hands in volleyball. That's about all I know. And they wear short shorts.
You can tear your ACL in volleyball all day long.
You can cut off the circulation to your legs because your shorts are too short.
Wouldn't they be too tight? Not necessarily short.
Well, it depends.
Whatever. Irrelevant.
Yeah. Anyway.
Baseball, take a fucking line drive to the head or something.
Yeah. That happens that happens all the time. Like, the pitcher will pitch, he hits the ball, and it goes straight right back at the pitcher. Just because once it makes contact with that bat, you have no control over it. There's nothing you can do that I know of.
You could catch it.
Well, as a batter, like to protect the other people.
No, you can't hit away from things. Like,
no, you
can try to hit left, or you could try to hit right, but sometimes
or you can try and swing your hips a little bit to nudge the ball away towards the open space.
And when in your swing you make contact with the ball, it's all calculations. It's all math. But the thing is,
once that bat makes contact with that ball,
you have no control.
It's
right.
It's whatever happens.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree 100%. We fucked around pretty well for an entire episode.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
except for that one long pause in the middle while I was googling things.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Yeah.
Google is an amazing machine.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook.
Yep.
Listen to us on wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yep.
And if you like this episode, give us a like, recommend to your friends, and if they don't like it, again, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for your loyal listening, and
thank you to the people who actually listen and like it,
and aren't listening just to be dicks.
Yeah.
To be like, dude, you want to hear this fucking terrible podcast? And you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. But hey, your listens still count.
Yeah.
So, well, Mike, we're not quite at an hour.
No.
I don't think we can cut this early. I think that's not allowed. We're going to have to bullshit for another 46 seconds.
Yeah, for a couple minutes at least. I don't know.
All right.
We've had podcasts go for like hour 15.
That's true. That's very true. Let me think of a good question for you. Let's go back to the old style video games because I really fucking like those.
Like PS2 video games.
Yeah. What was your rule for if you were playing against someone you knew you were gonna throttle? Like my rule was always you pick who I play as and you can play as whoever the fuck you want. What was your rule for that? Say you were playing NCAA. NCAA.
I don't know if I really had a rule. Because I never really actually like throttled somebody super bad. Like I never beat anybody 67 to nothing.
Oh.
It was just because I just never did.
That's because you suck at offense.
Yeah. And so like when I would play with my dad, we just picked teams and went. There wasn't any rules or anything like that. It was just normal, whatever penalties the AI called it is what it was,
What I like to do was go in the settings and you can turn offsides off.
Oh, so you
could get like a running at an invisible wall.
You could get a running start with the linebacker.
And then if you turned offsides off, you could run past the line of scrimmage. And and you could block every extra point. But the worst part was when you made contact on accident.
I did that all the time. I would be like a linebacker in NCAA 12 on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
I would line up in the backfield, like right next to the quarterback. So when he snapped the ball, I would tackle him. I had like 10 sacks in a game.
The thing that fucked me up the most was like when they ran like a jet motion and then like the guy ran into you and you're like, fuck!
You didn't expect the jet. All of a sudden, somebody comes off screen and it runs into your back.
The worst part was when you were trying to block a field goal. And you would literally line up right in front of the holder. You're like, I fucking got this. As soon as they snapped the ball, your dude would dive, but he would dive the wrong way.
Oh,
and they would still make the field goal. And you're like, the fuck did I just do? So fucking useless.
But I always kind of felt bad afterwards. Like after a game, I'd be like, these stats are a lie.
But
like I'd have like 12 tackles, 10 sacks. I'd have like a
just
fourth
one
fumble.
One player would have all those things too.
Yeah.
Like you try to line up your butt so you would hit the ball, so it would cause a fumble. Like,
well, no, like if I was playing like Road to Glory,
right?
Like I would line up.
Yeah, so you could.
I would have like 12 tackles, 10 sacks, and I always felt bad because I was like.
That's why.
And then I would try and play the next game for real. I'd have like half a tackle. I'd have like 2 assisted tackles.
What was your go-to position in Road to Glory?
Quarterback. No, running back.
Really, running back?
Mm-hmm. Because I always ran for like 600 yards and 7 touchdowns.
mine was always defensive end or quarterback.
Quarterback it was always offense for me. Quarterback or running back was always what I did.
D-end was fun as fuck. I'll be honest with you. Playing D-end was awesome. I tried to play wide receiver once because I'm like, I'm a wide receiver.
Such a pain in the ass.
I'm like, I'm a wide receiver. Let me play wide receiver. And it was fucking garbage because you never got the ball. I finished a game with like 2 catches, 17 yards.
See, the last time I actually played as a wide receiver, I think I did the math. I actually ended up with like 1,500 yards receiving, 12 touchdowns.
I'm talking like the high school in the beginning. It was a fucking bitch.
No, that's what I'm talking about too.
No, really?
I did the math. Yeah, I kept track of the. I had like 100 yards in every game.
Jesus.
Just because I would have like a seam route in every game that would get me like a 60-yard catch.
No, I never had like big plays. Like it was just.
I guess I just got lucky. Like,
granted. I didn't name it after our high school, so our passing offense was shit.
That's true.
Well, alright.
That's always true because the AI quarterback, if you didn't play quarterback, was so bad. Like
the dude skipped past you half the time.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. The dude scrambled when he didn't have to, and then when he should have, he just stood there and took the sack.
Yeah, you'd like, or when you played running back, you'd be trying to, hurry him up, and he'd just stand there like.
Dude, not playing quarterback, there were so many delay game penalties.
well, and it was weird because, we would always play quarterback and snap the ball as soon as we got set. Like, it wasn't... I would make sure I clicked the right play and then snap it.
See, my problem was I literally take forever to pick a play. I'm always rushing up to the line with 3 seconds on the play clock, being like, snap, 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 snap. Okay, got it off. But on Road to Glory, it was actually really nice where you didn't get to pick the play, except when you finally got like up in like years after your freshman year.
Yeah,
you could learn that.
You could be like team captain, or
you finally got the ability to audible plays,
Yeah.
and you would always audible out of a run.
or when like you got good enough and you would like it wouldn't be like squiggly lines when you would be at away games.
Yeah.
It would just be like a normal home game.
Oh yeah, where you basically were just a fucking boss.
Yeah,
Dude, most unstoppable play in that game. There's 2 of them: strong flood.
Yeah.
And quick slants.
Oh my god. Because at least one of the receivers was always wide open.
Dude, I literally ran.
It was always like the left one too.
Yeah.
The left receiver was always open,
Oh,
no
yeah.
matter what.
Strong flood for me. I literally ran 6 times in a row, telling the person I was playing is my stepbrother. I was telling him every single time. I'm like, "Hey, I'm running strong flood." Couldn't stop.
Is that the?
Couldn't stop it.
That's the slant and not this.
It's the go route,
The go route and the
route, high chair route, and
Yeah.
then the drag.
Mhm.
The drag, 100% open. Because all you had to
Because
do
it was always wide open because the linebackers would blitz.
all you
The
had,
safeties would be too up high to catch it.
literally all you had to do was you threw that chair out route, it was like a 12-yard out route. As soon as the dude was breaking for the out, you'd throw the ball.
Yeah.
He'd be open 100%, and you'd always catch it. And then as soon as that linebacker was just keying on it and just waiting for it after you threw a pick once, and then you just throw the drag route.
Because you threw it too late.
Yeah.
You mistimed it, threw it too
Or
late, and threw a pick.
you put like the touch on it instead of the zip. And so like you put touch on it and then the linebacker can step in front of the fucking route and you're like, that's not how that would have went. Well, that was good nostalgia.
Yeah.
Well, wow, we got way the fuck over an hour. Look at
Yeah.
us.
Oh well.
Time to kick
I mean-
your ass in Madden. Let's do this. Fucker.
Alright. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch.